joined a multilingual affair here with Takeyce. Estamos en el programa multilingüe, como siempre, y vamos a hablar con alguien que es muy importante. Está en Europa. Así que estamos con... Now, how do you pronounce your name?
So it's Nagahan.
Nagahan. OK?
Yes,
on va parler avec Naga. Alors, bienvenue. Merci beaucoup d'être ici. Thank you for joining us on a multilingual affair. Nagahan.
Give thanks for the link up.
Yeah, man. So, listen, let's talk about... We're going to talk about your music. We're going to talk about you.
All right.
But the thing is, you born in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
And you're there. Where you there now?
I'm in Holland.
You're in Holland.
Yes, Amsterdam. Yes.
All right, and I love that. But how can you reach so far?
Wow.
Let's talk about that.
Well, it's the love of the music that I follow, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the places that really respect this form of music, like roots music, I find that love stronger here than a lot of other places that I've been, you know?
Yeah.
And I've always known this for years, so it's just a joy and an honor to finally link up with the producers, decide and work on some roots music, and fresh music.
I can see that, but the thing is, you were born and part raised in Jamaica, is that correct?
Yes.
In St.
Yes.
Anne?
St. Anne.
Sure.
You don't know, Garden Parish, big up.
Sure.
You know?
And so, did you leave our paradise at a young age and went somewhere else? Yeah, man, Jamaica's paradise.
Yeah, I know. It was... Family moved from Jamaica to the United States, to the East Coast of the United States. So when we went to the States, spent a lot of time in DC and New York. And then I myself took off to California. And I'd been in California the past 10 years or so. Because again, that's another side of the country of the United States where they really love reggae. They have all the reggae festivals.
Yeah.
And more of an appreciation of, I think what reggae stands for. I found it in California, which is why I stayed there for so long. And then naturally, I'm sorry.
Continue, please.
Naturally, other links were made from California into Europe, and that's kind of how the thing going.
That's exactly what my next question was. So how do you link up from Cali to go all the way to Europe?
Well, it was the first album that was recorded, David Stone, was recorded out in California and released in 2018. And when that was released, it garnered some attention from, people who love roots music. And interestingly enough, it was Europe that went calling, and it's good. It's good on different degrees, different levels, because we can still show the world this music is loved worldwide. We can still show Jamaica that roots music is still the way, it's still the roots.
Right. So you talked about David Stone. David Stone happens to be the first, is it your single or album that you
album
first album, right?
Yes.
And you were a bass player at first. Yeah, I know, I did a little research quickly, but I still did
it. Yeah.
And then you moved on to being a solo artist, and this is when you first released David Stone. Now, what was your inspiration behind creating that album?
Wow. So I would say message first, yeah? So I've always grown up listening to what we consider message music. So I listen a lot of Sizzla, a lot of Garnet Silk, a lot of Bob Marley, which there's a strong message pertaining to Rastafari and pertaining to Haile Selassie. And my father is a old school 12 tribe man from Jamaica days, you know. So I came up in them way there. And just wanted to find a way to express myself and express that lens of things through the music. I did start off with instruments first, but I feel like it was just preparing the voice, you know. Actually, guitar was my first instrument, and then it went to bass, and then pick up percussions. And to me, all of those instruments talk, you know, they're percussive instruments. And then you yourself, I myself, are instruments.
Yes.
And
the
so
voice and so many other things.
Exactly. Yeah. You know. So that's just how I see it. It's just a natural progression that happened as to what was required of me, I feel.
Yeah, your calling.
Yes,
Your
yes,
calling.
yes, for
right?
real.
So
for real,
we are going to listen to a few songs, obviously, throughout the program. Yeah, no worries, you know. So I will definitely play something from David Stone as well as I want to talk about the new one though. So you've got David Stone, and then this particular one that's called Nazarene.
Yes, and I don't know if you got the email already, but another one was sent out today. And but if you want to talk about Nazarene, by all means.
We talk about all of them. We've got time.
All right, then. All right.
We got time.
Blessed.
Yeah, man. I want to big up Frontline Radio because it's Multilingual Affair is being promoted here on flrradio.com. So make sure you look out for it. And to just listen to the wonderful artists that we've got online throughout all over the world, from England to Trinity to Canada, from all over. So big up to Frontline because we're coming in from Canada to Amsterdam to the world. Big up. Okay, that was my little plug.
Done know. So listen, yes.
You've got this wonderful single that's, I really love it. It's got that Naya Bingy thing going on.
Yes,
I'm going straight out. I'm not religious in any way, not saying that you are. And my spirituality is very different. It doesn't come from the Bible or anything of that sort. But I can appreciate certain things because I believe in my ancestors and I pray to them. But I can tell you this: it was very moving listening to your beats and just your voice. You've got that charismatic thing going on. It's smooth enough, but like it just coming smooth and. Yeah, I jammed on it, even though it's, you know. So let's talk because when I received the email, I got this thing saying it's about some biblical sense to it. So let's talk about that briefly, about the background behind Nazarene.
So interesting you mentioned that you picked up on the Bingy aspect of it. It actually started out as a Bingy song. So best believe there is a Bingy version.
You gotta hear it, yeah, man. I hear those beats, you know. I love music, so
you'll definitely know when that come forward.
Yeah.
And it started off as a Bingy tune. Actually, a lot of my songwriting came from Naya Bingy songs. Actually, because of Rasta culture and so on. A lot of popular reggae music that we have, you can still hear the Naya Bingy in the background. You know what I mean? Even the dancehall beat is a Naya Bingy beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just different levels how rapidly you can play it. And there is a verse in scripture where it says, praise God in the dances. Right. So my approach to spirituality and religion, I wouldn't say it's in the sense of how the church have it to where, they wouldn't necessarily tell you that verse to praise God in the dance. Right. But we come from a culture where we do that, whether it's in church or not. right? And I think that's what's unique about, Caribbean, the diaspora, essentially. We can take our spirituality anywhere, right, and open any door. And so Nazarene now, in particular, referencing the Christ, essentially, who's written about in the Bible, that the world knows. In every Bible that you open, it's the same, Christ. And that I would say for myself personally, that's an aspect of Rasta that is missing a lot nowadays, because when Rastaman first started as Rasta, it was a very biblical, spiritual based system, where they would turn to the Bible for solace or wisdom, and so I grew up off of that kind of vibration with my father and so on. I found the heartstring of that vibration to be true for myself. So
which is great.
So I sing songs.
Okay.
Well,
I believe that everybody's got to believe in something to survive, but I don't know. I think that's when we evolve is when we are actually open to other things other than what was taught to us from tradition, which is the Bible and the teachings of the Bible. I think that's evolving when we can actually step away from it and say, you know what, there are other options, which is like my spirituality, for example. But I think it's also wonderful that you can actually find something that you can work with and use it as a foundation,
Yes. Well, I've studied all forms of spirituality, and
maybe not mine. Sorry, I couldn't understand because I'm a very different person.
No worries, we all deserve that uniqueness.
Talking to my well.
But now, as the world knows, the Bible just means a compilation of books. That's all it means. So it's a compilation of different books from different time zones, saying one thing. And I think spirituality, no matter what your spirituality is, I think it's the same way, in that all different corners of the earth saying different things, but it's liberty, essentially, is what everyone seeks, through their spirituality. And the liberty to practice their spirituality, the liberty to even verbally share it with another person who is of a different persuasion, but we all seek in liberty,
Truth. We just to be more tolerant and open-minded to receiving and to giving, So
exactly.
Let's move on from that. And let's go into, that's fine. We touched a little bit on it, I was a little bit hesitant because I was like, but then,
no worries.
And trying to be as open-minded as I possibly can. And you have to understand, I come from a very religious background. My father
I see.
My mother is a gospel singer, and bro, then there's me.
Yeah. And a lot of times that's our reaction to the Bible comes from examples like you're saying, But
instead of before, when I was younger, I would take it into frustrations, and I would have those negative emotions that goes with it. Now it's just not at all. In fact, I'm so strong in my beliefs that it's such a great guidance for me that even when I speak of it, people can receive it well, because sometimes they don't really see it or can't experience it when I talk about it. But anyway, it's not about me. It's about you today.
Bless it.
If you've just joined us, you are currently tuned in to a multilingual affair here with Takeyce. We're speaking with Naga Han, a Jamaican conscious artist, And the background music you're hearing is from his album David Stone called Dub Your Part. We spoke briefly about his move from Jamaica to California to Belgium and now Holland on his musical journey. Il a récemment sorti un single qui s'appelle Nazarene avec Roots Unity qu'on jouera à l'avenir. Mais d'abord, on va écouter Be Yourself d'album David Stone. Estamos hablando con Nagahan, un artista consciente de Jamaica. La música de fondo es de su álbum David Stone llamado Dub Your Part. Y hablamos brevemente sobre su traslado de Jamaica a California y a Bélgica. Y ahora él vive en Holanda. Entonces vamos a escuchar una canción que se llama Be Yourself del álbum David Stone. You are listening to a MultiLingual Affair. Estáis escuchando a MultiLingual Affair. Vous écoutez a MultiLingual Affair. Frontline Radio.
Now is the time, yes, to be true to self and know yourself is divine. And this is the time to share the wealth, liberate yourself from ties that bind. And valleys constitutes the world. So is imperial majesty, I once said upon a time. It is the kingdom stretched out upon all space and time. Jah in man created divine, so divine. So divine, so divine. You are the key to your own self-knowledge. So stay true to self and free yourself in time. Time of the Gentiles coming to an end, 'cause true better Israel. First prize with Jah as the head, and from Mount Zion goes the commandments for all time. All time. Remembering Daniel and his kindred in a fire and lion's den, but survived the furnace and were not eaten. Jah protection govern surrounding them. The triune God was strong with them. Nothing wrong was found in them, as they were Judah children, made to prosper as now till then. The whole of tabernacle yes shall be with them. No need to enter into no confusion. From root to fruit, wise teaching vision. Remembering the speeches of God into legion. Up ye mighty race, make the world see them. See them. This time. This time. Now is the time yet to be true to self. Know yourself. This is the time, yes, to share wealth and liberate yourself. Share and the ties that bind your mind.
The Frontline Radio. www.flrradio.com.
From St. Anne, Jamaica to California to Belgium to Holland. De St. Anne, Jamaïque à la Californie, à la Belgique et à la Hollande. On va présenter Naga Han.
So, you've got this Nazarene single, but you had it. You did it with someone else. Is that correct? Or
Yes. So, the David Stone album was done with Roots Natty.
that's it. Yeah.
In California. He's a native of Puerto Rico, so he'd be versed in speaking Spanish to the eye.
Hey, ¿dónde está? El Puerto Rico, poquito.
Yeah. I'll share it, you know. He'll know what you're saying.
I was like, where is he? He could be speaking with me a little bit now, so.
I know, we gotta zoom him in.
Zoom him in.
I should have known. I didn't. Now I get it. MultiLingual. I got it now.
Yeah.
I got it.
You didn't know what you were getting into.
Not entirely, no.
I love those. Those are great. Yeah, so he's from Puerto Rico.
Yes, he's from Puerto Rico, and that's a David Stone project. And then the Nazarene was recorded right here at Earthworks in Amsterdam with a producer called Roots Unity. Roots Unity Music is his label. Uta, big up Uta. And yeah, so, you know, collaborations strengthen vibes. And iron sharpen iron, you know.
Yes, this particular one, because I did get the email briefly. I didn't really read it. I just knew something was coming out.
At least you're honest, man.
I am. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. But, I'm really sincere. I try to be, but sometimes it gets me in trouble. But you know, what can I do? Forgive me in advance.
No worries.
Yeah, but I did read. I didn't read it, but I do know you said something else is coming out. So when was Nazarene released? Is it?
It was released the 23rd of April.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought. It's a new release.
Very new.
Yeah.
Very, very, very new.
Good. And then you have another one coming up. Is that it? Is that what the other email's about?
So the other one, there's another release today with a producer from Belgium. So I was in Belgium. That was my way into Europe last year, was coming over to record this album with him. Kingston Echo, big up. And it's all analog tape recording. So it's no computers were involved in the recording process. It's like the old school roots music making days, you know.
I love
and
it.
Actually, I sent, or I believe the press release also went out to you because you're on the list now. And you can see there's a promo video, and in it you can see the studio setup and the old school recording equipment and how that's done. So
nice.
It's in your email somewhere.
No, it's there. I'll check it out. You know, when I wake up a little bit more. Yeah,
no worries. I know.
No, trust me, I will. I saw it. Because I was preparing for a meeting or like this interview and so on. I just thought, okay, I'll ask him, right?
Yeah, no worries.
Straight from the horse's mouth, you know. So it's a better way. All right, I think it's wonderful that you are doing what you're doing. How do you find yourself in the next, given this, what's going on? How do you inspire yourself to continue the works or in this time of difficulties? Because everybody's at home doing their thing.
Yeah.
How do you do your thing?
Well, this has always been my thing. This I'm a very
I'm just laughing because that's how I feel.
This is my thing, I
guilty as charged. Yeah.
Not a bad thing.
It's a great thing. Great thing.
So, just typically, Yeah, I'm a private person. I spend a lot of time reading and writing and listening to music and meditating. And so this aspect of self-isolation and quarantine, because even when I lived out in California,
Yeah, Cali's pretty wild.
that's what I'm saying. So I've lived out in the wilderness for years, where there's like no civilization around,
In Cali, did you live, like, where in California were you? Because I thought, like, in the hills, in the valley,
Yes,
over a hill,
yes,
valley
precisely.
too. All right.
I'm a hill man because see, I'm from Green Hill, Jamaica, which
Oh.
is super rural, and so I have it in me to seek out those places, no matter where I am in the earth.
Irie.
And California really carry a lot of wilderness vibes, and the temperature is moderate, so you can do that all year round,
Nice. And you spent, 10 years there?
Yeah, I was there for like a decade, yeah.
You went from Jamaica to Cali?
No, Jamaica to DC area.
Okay. So how'd you find yourself over there in Cali?
Just wanting to get away from the hustle and bustle of cities and gravitate more towards like a farming lifestyle. And then I find that when I'm in nature and I'm farming, music comes to me easier. I honestly don't think, for me personally, I don't think the music would have arrived if I wasn't in those places, There's a lot of inspiration in nature, as you know.
Your ambiance is very important to that creativity.
Yes, absolutely. And nature is beauty. And when you hear music, it's beautiful. So it must be something hand in hand,
Yes. Let's talk about your life in Amsterdam, because how long have you been there now?
Wow. So where I'm at now at Earthworks, I was here for 2 weeks last summer. And I've been doing some collaborations here and everything. So when I came back to Europe now, this time, which was the end of January, this was the first place I came to do some rehearsals and work on some music, and then Corona came. That's hard.
All right.
But it's okay though, because I actually ended up, recording a whole album here, which is where Nazarene came out of.
Nice. So Nazarene isn't a single leading up to an album. Is that it?
Exactly.
All right. Niceness. In Amsterdam, is your environment similar to California? Or are you in the city area?
No, actually, here in a town called Weesp. I
lived in Europe. I did in Spain, but I never touched that side. So unfortunately, and I would love to, but I'm still clueless geographically in general.
Okay. It's it's very close to Belgium. Bordered by Belgium. It's a short flight to England. It's like 45 minutes to England flight. Close to the North Sea. I don't know if you know all of that, but it's a central place, where you can get to Germany, Belgium, France, UK, just real easily. If you're in Canada or the States, where you have different states or different sections that you can easily just hop on over,
That's the beauty of Europe. Because you got like Ryanair, so cheap. 30 euros will get you to Italy from Spain or something like that, I remember going to Morocco on 99 euros. I kid you not.
On a round trip.
Desert.
On a round trip, 99.
Round trip. But it was Ryanair. Ryanair is one of those, like, it's like in Jamaica, Is there space? Okay, hop on in. Wait, it's not about, this is your seat number. No, you see a seat empty, just make sure you put it right there. You know, that's right there. So you don't really have the luxury or whatever. They don't care for that. It's just like, find a spot and let's take you there. Just fine.
Seed. Yes, sir.
It was a 2-hour flight, a little bit more than 2 hours.
Oh, that's nothing, really.
Right, and it was a journey for me because I was in the desert. I was with the bears. I spent 2 nights in the desert. It was liberating. It was one of those, chanting, singing.
Nice.
It was one of those things that was needed for me.
Yes, sir.
For 99 euros.
99 euros. How long were you there?
For over a week, because I went to the hills, some places.
Nice.
So it's like a journey. It took a bus. It takes maybe 8 to 10 hours to go from one place to another, and we stayed in the Casbahs, and then went up to the hills on the way back to the airport. Very cold. I can't remember the name of that place though. And just stayed with a family, and just learned just being amongst family. And I, as a woman in Morocco, got away with too many things because I ended up going to, so it's not about me though, but anyway, this interview is about, it's about all of us, I suppose.
Yes, actually, yeah, for real.
Because it's really about you. But, but this journey that I had in Morocco where, I needed to pee. I had to go use the washroom. And that was a problem because, men are everywhere in these cafes or whatever, and they're sipping their mint tea and smoking cigarettes continuously. And I'm surrounded by all these men, and I ended up going into this area where it was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I literally had to close my eyes, squat, pee, just, it was. So there are some extreme parts of it, right?
Yeah,
so you walk into certain places, it's just like so disgusting. And then I remember the first time I got in to Marrakesh, I'm walking in the plaza. And a guy comes over to me, he goes, "Sister, the Jamaican sister." And I looked at him like, what? Because, the Moroccans are one of the most amazing people I've ever met. I'm talking about that. I just got to mention that. Because I spoke English, French, Spanish. So if I brushed up on my French, Spanish was easier for me because I was living in Spain at the time. But these guys, anybody on the street that I met in Marrakesh, they could easily speak Italian, German, English, French, Spanish. They were so well versed. They were so equipped for tourism. I mean, I think they're just brilliant. So this dude looks at me and he goes, "Yeah, man, you're from Jamaica." I'm like, "Bro, I just got off the plane from Spain to here. How would you know that?" He goes, "Those."
Oh, really?
And I just thought it was the best compliment ever. I was like, I'm proud of everything about me, my faults, everything. And my nose is one of those things that historically it was frowned upon. That's another story.
Right.
The straight nose business, the light skin business. Many of them things that my full joy of myself. So I just thought it was so distinctive for him to pick up certain things just by me walking through this, like literally a plaza, and this bro just like he picked me out of nowhere. And I had not been to Jamaica in so many years,
See,
that's my story on Morocco. You got a full joy on me a little bit.
I will. It's a place I'd like to visit someday.
And you can, because you're in Europe and you can easily get there. Everything is relatively safe, I believe. And as a man, you are fine. As a woman, it's another story. But
that's what I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure you'd be well appreciated. And go see the bears.
Yes.
You have to. Those are such spiritually wonderful people that. Oh, that's a whole nother story.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to let
I'm
you know.
learning here, you know what I mean?
Sorry?
I'm learning here as well,
We're both learning. That's the beauty of this.
Real to real, you know what I
Real
mean?
to real. Here on the Multilingual Affair with Takeyce, estamos hablando con Naga. Naga. Oh gosh, give me some time. Naga Han.
No. I expect people to have trouble with it. It's okay.
But it's because it's so close to the N word too, and I wasn't sure how you pronounce it.
I know.
It's
it's also to re-empower, you know, because it's based off of Negus, which
I was going to ask you what the meaning of that is. So tell me about it. Yeah.
So Negus Nagas, which means
Negus,
King of Kings.
Yeah.
So essentially, you know, King Han. That's all it is.
And Han is that?
And so my mama named me Rohan. Right, so Rohan.
Sneaky. King Rohan.
It was just a nickname though that a virgin of mine from DC days. And would it was just like a nickname, and then it just kind of stuck and made sense, you know.
Nice. All right. Well, oh shoots, I forgot already. That is this. Naga. They always say to remember certain things, you have to say it 3 times. So I'll say it. Naga, Han.
Exactly.
Such a pleasure to talk with you here on a Multilingual Affair. On a parler avec Naga Han, qui vient de Jamaïque. Et maintenant, il habite Amsterdam. Alors, on va continuer avec le programme, mais c'était tellement un plaisir. Sur ce programme. Naga, is there anything that you'd like to tell us or your audience before we say see you later? Because it's see you later, not a goodbye.
Until such time then. Well, for then, I would say today, you know, another single called Emergence was released from the Kingston Echo crew. And basically it's a tune talking about, it's a very timely tune because the world is in lockdown. But you know, there's a new normal emerging.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And that's what everyone I think needs to take to heart in, you know, quelling the anxieties and the uncertainties. It's up to us to create that. You know what I mean? It's up to us to create a new normal that is sustainable and that is unified and transparent, you know? And so we make this music to assist people in that transition, essentially, to a new world, you know?
Tell us, how can we get to know you? Where can we reach out to you? How can we find you?
Yes, as you know, social media is always a good one. Instagram, it's Negus Han Roots, so it's NEGUSHAN _Roots ROOTS. On Facebook, it's just as it is, Nagahan NGAHAN. And you can type it into YouTube and you can see the catalog of works over the years, the new works as well. And also Bandcamp is another link.
Nice.
So wherever you put the name, you know, the music is on Spotify, the music is on iTunes, it's on Apple. Exactly. So just type in the name.
Alright. So let's have a Google Nagahan.
Google me now?
Yeah, I did. So it's easy. I snooped. I always will.
Can't help it. I mean, look at the world we live in, you know.
Yeah, but also, you know, it's also great to find out certain things about people, you know, and sometimes I will just ask you to know more as opposed to knowing and then asking. I really love surprises.
Yes, exactly. That sweets up the interview, you know?
Sorry?
It sweetens the interview.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. It's sweet. Well, you're sweet too, so you know. It's easy.
Thanks,
easy.
Yeah, you know, that's all we have to do.
All right. Well, blessings and much. I wish you all the best, and thank you so much for joining us here on a Multilingual Affair with Takeyce. on Frontline Radio. Bless up yourself. One love and light. All right.
We soon link, yeah?
Yeah, man. Every time.
Respect.
Wait, you ever tell me something in Jamaican, you know? Because this is not only all Jose Espanol, something in a patois.
So what do you want me to say?
That's alone.
I thought so.
That alone, some sweet Jamaican vibes.
That's all it takes, you know.
Listen, when was the last time you went to Jamaica? Or when was the last time you were back home?
Wow, it's been a little bit now. It's probably 2014, you know.
Oh gosh, I think you said 20 years ago because me almost hit that when we go back. I was there for the conference, Jamaican Music Conference in February, to perform and to learn, but it was after 16 years. So we're not gonna talk about that.
I know. My father once pulled a similar move, 16 years, and I had to get him back there. So I get it.
Never again.
No.
All right, never again. Home too sweet.
Yard too nice.
Yard nice. Or as I say, yard noise.
No. Real, you know?
For real. All right, blessed love, Naga.
Yes, I. Takeyce. Nice to meet the eye.
Yeah, man. Blessings. One love.
Soon link.
All right. One love.
Aye.
That was a fantastic interview, Mana Live with Naga Han, full of vibes all the way from Amsterdam. And we're going to feature two more of his songs called Nazarene with Roots Unity, followed by Kingston Echoes, Naga Han and the High Flyers with this recent release, and I'm talking about fresh off the block, Emergence. Bueno, esa fue la vibración de Naga Han desde Amsterdam, y vamos a presentar dos más de sus canciones llamada Nazarene con Roots Unity. Enseguida vamos a escuchar Kingston Echo, eso es con Naga Han, and the High Flyers, que se llama Emergencia, pero Emergence. Et on va écouter maintenant deux chansons plus, Nazarene et l'autre qui s'appelle Emergence. Alors, ça c'est la magie qu'on a ici, c'est l'émission MultiLingual ici avec moi, Takeyce. You know, I do what I can. On va écouter un peu plus parce que voilà, la fête continue comme d'habitude y vamos a bailar un poquito más con la música. Así lo es. Yes, I.
A multilingual affair with Takeyce. A multilingual affair with Takeyce. A multilingual affair con Takeyce.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at D Frontline Radio.
He make the things unseen be seen. I tried it with the Nazarene, out of Bethlehem to the gathering. Among the multitudes, the gatherings, seat up with him Queen Mary of Magdalene. Multiply the fishes, make the things complete. Bounty of Jah is never see defeat. Broadcast water drought, earth yield increase. Forward, yes, the blessings to the Prince of Peace. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Subdue adversaries straight beneath him feet. The earth footstool, so no try me street. Reclaim the legacy of King David's seed. Ark of the covenant that him keep. Jah keep. Ark of the covenant him keep. Oh, yeah. The Most High Jah is a whole of being. The Most High Jah is a whole of being. The Most High Jah is a whole of being. He make the things unseen be seen. Ah, yeah, yeah. Have to cleanse your ways, have to cleanse your thoughts. It is the only way you walk on your path. No hero, wicked man, a laugh and a talk. Archangel Michael, yeah, them soon start back. Bring you one to order, praise the heart of us. The instrument is the human heart. They lift Jaja name, eyes is out the dark. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The Most High Jah, a whole of being. The Most High Jah is a whole of being. The Most High Jah is a whole of being. He make the things unseen be seen. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Shot it in the name, the Nazarene, out of Bethlehem to the coast of the gatherings. Amongst the multitudes, the gatherings, seat up with him Queen Mary of Magdalene. Multiply the fishes, make the things increase. Yes, bring a blessing to the Prince of Peace. Oh, yeah, Prince of Peace. Highly I Selassie. Oh, yeah, Trinity. King David legacy. Ark of the covenant keep. Ark of the covenant keep. Sit up, yes, upon the mercy seat. Oh, God, the mercy seat. The Most High Jah, a whole of being. The Most High Jah, a whole of being. He made the things unseen be seen. Oh, yeah, yeah. Most High Jah, whole of being. The Most High Jah is a whole of being. Most High Jah, a whole of being. Yeah. jump over the hurdle and make a move when you're certain. You pull away the curtain, illusion is hurting. All faith in Jah and not in persons. The Most High is worthy. Remove the curses. There is a new world emerging, heaven and earth serving after purging. A remnant bless you still serving. Yo, dash away the burdens and jump over the hurdles and make a move when you're certain. Yo, pull away the curtain, illusion is hurting. All faith in Jah and not in persons. The Most High is worthy. Remove the curses. There is a new world emerging, heaven and earth serving after purging. A remnant bless you still serving. Anyone can believe what them want. The ancients don't sight before you see what you saw. Can't go round the red, gold, green law, covenant by which all of nature follow. Where thou stand is sacred and hollow. From the deep depths unto the coastline it's shallow. The way of seasons, who knows but Jah know. Builder of mountainous architecture, who set the statutes as above so below. Man change every time but not the sovereign law, which is love unconditional, don't you know? Good morning, good evening unto your neighbor. Yeah. 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 Good morning, good evening unto your neighbor. Anyone can believe what them want, because the ancients on sight before you seen what you saw. Can't go round the red, gold, green law, covenant by which all of nature follow. Yeah, in all your doings do not miss the rainbow. Man, woman and child is original flaw. Unto Zion yes to open the door to the soul's window. Meshach and Abednego cast in a fire but it never felt so. Daniel in a fire, yeah, cast in a fire but it never, yeah, but it never felt so. Cast in a fire but it never felt so. Yeah. Cast in a fire but it never felt so. Yeah. Cast in a fire but it never felt so.
I've been low, I've been high, I've been sold all my life. I've got nothing left to play, I've got nothing left to say. I'm a black man in a white world, I'm a black man in a white world, I'm a black man in a white world, I'm a black man in a white. I'm in love, but I'm still sad. I found peace, but I'm not glad. All my nights and all my days, I've been trying the wrong way. I'm a black man in a white world, I'm a black man in a white world, I'm a black man in a white world, I'm a black man in a white world. I feel like I've been here before, I feel that knocking on my door. I feel like I've been here before, I feel that knocking on my door. And I've lost everything I had, but I'm not angry and I'm not mad. I'm a black man in a white world, I'm a black man in a white world, I'm a black man.